This is going to be kind of a unique one today. It's a subject nobody really hears about, nobody really talks about, especially since all the war and the hate and the religion and the transsexual, all the bullshit that's been going on over touchy-feely millennial bullshit, okay? I am going to be touching on something that is sensitive to quite a few people, that are involved in this subject. And the subject I'm talking about is slumlords, okay? 1 second. Sorry about that, here I'm back. So the subject for today, yes, is definitely going to be slumlords, okay? Now, one thing you need to know is slumlords do love the easy bait. The people with low credit, the people who have nowhere else to go, the people who have not a lot of money to spend on rent. They love anybody in those situations because they're easy to, they're easy to target. They know when they got one, okay? Now, there's a whole lot mixed up in this subject, more than I thought, because slumlords are the kind of people who rent out an apartment. They don't give a fuck what is wrong with it as long as there's somebody living in it. They don't give a shit if something's leaking. They don't give a shit if the lights flicker. They don't give a shit if anything's a fire hazard or not. They don't give a shit if it looks new right now. They don't give a shit what kind of problem it is. As long as you move into it, you're able to negotiate a price and that's it. But they don't care about the rest. They just want the fucking money. Now, here's the other trick, okay? Part of this problem is drug lords, a lot of them have bad habits. They live and survive off of your fucking misery. And most of that misery comes from and pertains to, their drug habits, their gambling habits, in and out of jail. Some of these drug lords are cons, things like that, okay? And the problem with that being is, eventually in the long run, it's not going to be a raise in rent that happens once every year. It's going to be a raise in rent that happens once every time they need a quick fix. And that's where the problem's going to lie in, okay? So that's the part of the problem that comes from the slumlord. Now, the part of the problem that comes from where some renters are absolutely fucking stupid, okay? So here's what you're looking at, okay? Your average renter nowadays, because of the economy, because of how much things cost, how prices go up but your paycheck never does, you are struggling to make ends meet, you're struggling to make rent, you can't afford anything big. Other than that, if you're able to afford a roof over your head, you can't afford food, can't afford cable, can't afford the internet, can't afford car insurance, can't afford a cell phone bill, can't afford much else because the slumlord is taking up all your fucking money. Just giving you that heads up. So here's the problem, and here's the part where I think some renters get absolutely fucking stupid. Most apartment complexes, a legit one, does a background check. They try to make sure your credit is good. Therefore, you are either, if your credit is good, they'll check it out. They'll make you pay first and last month's fucking rent and let you move in. Then they do that beautiful little thing of just keeping you in the fold, okay? With a slumlord, there is no first and month start. Now, if there's an apartment complex, and you're lucky if there is, if you don't have that good a credit, they'll make you pay first and last month's credit in cash, and then have you pay the rest in cash just to make sure they are getting paid. What is this here? Can you guess my name and I'll give you hints? Not really sure, but you have to give me a minute so I can guess that I can see light. Hang on a minute. What is the name? The Green King 82W, the Green King. I have no idea who the Green King is. I really don't know you, dude. It's a male name. Well, I figured the Green King is not a female's name, because otherwise you'd have probably called yourself the Green Queen. Getting back to the subject at hand really quickly, and by the way, thank you very much for joining today, Green King. How you doing, Jen? How are you doing? Getting back to the subject at hand, renters that rent from a slumlord should actually do their fucking homework first. Find out who you're renting from. Do a background check on them also, okay? When you do the background check on them also, you will also find out about their past history, whether they are a convict, a drug addict, and so forth like that. Then you know what you're dealing with, and it is up to you whether you fuck yourself out of that situation or not. I'm sorry, but ignorance is not an excuse for, oh shit, I'm gonna lose my home because this person wasn't legit. Sorry about that, I'm walking underneath of a bridge right now. A lot of traffic too, holy shit, for this time of day, wow. Anyway, the one thing you need to do is start doing background checks on the people you're fucking renting from, because if you come and find out it's a slumlord, it's a convict, if you come to find out that they're going to be charging you too much, they got a drug habit, shit like that, it is either going to be desperation that you take the place from them, knowing that they might actually come to you for extra, or you might get kicked out or evicted with less notice than what it is court decided. Okay? You are fucking yourself. And believe me, because you're getting pissed off and upset because of the situation that falls into your lap, that's on you partially, because you didn't do the background check, you didn't do the history, and you didn't do the homework of where you were moving to. That's on you. So the whole slumlord thing is a two-way street of idiocy, greed, and stupidity. Your choice. But as far as I'm concerned, slumlords, if before they actually have you rent from them, they need to fix it up first, make sure it's done before you move in. If not, keep searching for another place. Okay? Now, right now, there's one slumlord in particular who lives in Pennsylvania that I'm aware of that has nothing to do with me, but has something to do with some other blood. And here's my deal. Okay? I hope the courts take all the buildings from you. I hope they take everything from you, because I don't play that stupid shit, okay? That is my blood you were dealing with. And I really hope your ass gets slammed behind bars again. That's just a particular message to someone knows who I'm going to be talking about, but that part of the message is targeted. Okay? That is my whole thing with slumlords. They don't really do background checks or any of that shit. So it's no big deal. That's just lesson learned for everybody and anybody. That was awkward. Okay. So how are you guys doing today? So it's a male name. So who would you be? That is creepy. That is truly creepy. I just had the person in that white car all the way up there in traffic pull over, stop next to me, stare at me, and started their car back up and kept driving. That was creepy. But oh well. It was a heavy-set black woman, and I'm not truly worried about that shit, but it's just, why would you do that? That just makes no sense. Anyway, so the Green King, I don't know. The only person I know who does Green would either be a person I live with or a person I used to work with. Say what? Well, I figured it was a male name. So that's it. That's the only hint you got. It's a male name. That part I know. That's an easy guess. So how's your day going, Jen? Just trying to check on everybody right now. But yeah, so one thing you never do is get an apartment from a slumlord. So understand this part. As legitimate apartment complexes do a background check on you, you should be doing a background check on your renter also. They're doing their homework on you, you should be doing your homework on them. Okay? That's the bottom line of it. There should be absolutely a mutual understanding for everything. Okay? Oh, and for those of you who are coming back into the chat, yes, the donation button is active. It is underneath the description on my channel. It will take you to where you can make a donation if you so choose to. It is not needed or begged for, but it is appreciated. So there's that. It should be in the description below. Other than that, yes, this has been a fun day so far. It feels like it's almost 90 degrees out here on the East Coast. Holy shit. Slumlords, man. Whew, just to think about it, man, that's got to be some seriously low income areas in some of the most beat up buildings. And then people talk about, I own my own home. People talking about, I have a very well paid job, making tons of money. If you have a very well paid job and you have tons of money, why the fuck are you living with a slumlord dipshit? I think that's absolutely funny. You have tons of money. You got a wife, no kids, thankfully, at this point in time. But you live with a dumb bitch and her husband. So I'll put that out there like that. Only one person knows what I'm talking about when it comes to that. You live with a dumb bitch and a husband. You rent the place, not own it. I think that's absolutely hilarious to go up there and lie about that. So yeah, it's just, I don't know why you would try to do that, but yeah, it's just talking about how much you into the Bible and God right now. So I guess that's his punishment for the lying. Maybe next time you'll be honest, huh? Okay. My next live on a serious topic. If y'all guys want to find out a little bit about me, just a little bit about me, that will be either this Friday or this Saturday. I will have lives and shorts before that, but this Saturday will be a longer live because most people like to know more about the YouTuber or the host. Some people don't care. Some people just like the entertainment. But maybe it's always nice that you actually know who you're dealing with and see if you still want to support that person. Okay? I have a lot of thoughts in the back of my mind about the subject, but nothing I can articulate at the moment. So I need time to think about it, get my head straight, and we'll talk. What is this person? I can't even read that. That's fine by me. Privacy and what? There you go, go away. I already go by YouTube guidelines. I ain't worried about that shit. Let's see what we got. So far, thank you very much, the Green King and Jennifer Sordell, for popping in. I appreciate the views, I appreciate the viewership, and I appreciate the fact that you guys keep stopping in every single time I come on. I really do appreciate that. If anybody has a hard time, for those of you, and I will say this, for those of you who want to continue with some of that, for those of you who have Discord, I have my own server also on Discord. Okay, just request to join it and I'll let you in, and you'll see a section where it says think about it. But if you look for me on Discord, I am Owl's Omen, and the number one directly, I'm sorry, not the number one, an explanation point directly behind that. So if y'all guys want to chalk up and take a look at some of the stuff I wrote in there under think about it or things to think about, that might help you out too. But if you guys have anything you want to talk about that you don't really want to put in chat but you still want brought up, put it in there, okay? Just remember to be respectful. Remember to bring the love, not the hate. And remember to acknowledge if you start saying or doing anything stupid on my server, you are just as easy to boot the fuck out, okay? I don't mind having people on my server if we're talking. I don't mind giving out advice. I don't mind listening to people. But if you are ignorant, if you're out of line, and you start with hating bullshit, dude, I'll boot you out of that server so goddamn fast. Believe me, me and a buddy of mine learned how friendly we could be with a band hammer. Okay? Just letting you know. So, the Green King. You're only going to give me one hit. It's a male name. Only two names I can think of is either Ryan or King. I don't know. King of Darkness, maybe. But yeah, we would have to see. Because there's really been no answer, no other response. Green King, I do not recognize you. You said you know me. Oh, no. Cancel that. Green King says he knows me from where I don't know. I have no clue. Shan, have you ever heard of the Green King before? Have I ever spoken to you about a Green King before? I mean, you've known me for a long time. I figured I'd have brought it up somewhere along the line. God damn, it's hot out here, man. It really is hot out here. Holy shit. Yeah, it's still one of those things I'm doing on the walk. Not very long. I won't be doing really, really long ones until I get myself a laptop or a desktop or something else like that so I can sit down with it and start doing it in more relaxed formation. I'll probably do a little because outside of me looking down and the camera looking straight up at the sky and probably some power lines and everything is the only difference. I don't really do the green screen thing that well, and the only other thing I could think of is Streamlabs, but yeah, I have an account with them, but I don't have a laptop that can pull that off right now. Because I keep on hearing you need this thing called a capture card. But oh well, we'll deal with all that later. Well, seeing as how there is a heavy shyness of conversation going on right now, that's fine by me. Not everybody's usually on at this hour or this time, because a lot of people are still at work. Guys, I might do another live a little bit later on today, or definitely sometime tomorrow, absolutely. But as for what? Who's this now? Leaper, what? Hello, hi, how are you? I cannot read that name for shit. Ariel? How you doing? To the new person just popping in. And liking and subscribing. Well, thank you very much. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. You are absolutely awesome. I love you for that. Where are you coming from? Or where are you stopping in from?